a green dragon suddenly jumped out of the forest and locked its eyes on the young boy in front of it. At first, it seemed like danger had arrived, but in the next second, the dragon only touched his backpack. After confirming they meant no harm to each other, the boy reached out and touched the dragon's palm. At that moment, the dragon's dull fur suddenly became bright. The dragon opened its hand, and the boy climbed on top of it, under its protection. They flew into the sky. From then on, they became companions, with the dragon by his side. Peter grew into a jungle boy. Every day, he rode on the dragon's back, traveling through the dense forest. When he was hungry, he ate wild mushrooms. When he was tired, he rested beside the dragon. This life seemed like it would never change. Until one day, while they were playing in the forest, the dragon suddenly became invisible because strangers had entered the woods. Peter quietly followed a woman from behind and saw her mark a tree trunk. Then she left with her companions by car. On the ground, only a set of keys and a compass were left behind. At night, Peter opened the old book in his backpack. A blurry but warm memory appeared. That was his mother. The next morning, Peter woke up from a dream. After running out of the cave, he saw a group of loggers entering the forest. At that moment, the woman from yesterday rushed out to stop them from cutting further trees, but her daughter got out of the car and accidentally found Peter. Peter turned and ran, and the girl followed him closely. She found him in a tree and kept climbing out of curiosity, but suddenly lost her footing and hung in the air. Peter quickly grabbed her, but the branch could not hold both of them. With a snap, they both fell. Natalie scraped her leg, and Peter became curious about this girl his age. Soon after, her parents arrived to check on her. She said she fell from the tree. When asked why, she said she was following Peter. Grace followed the direction she pointed and found Peter hiding behind a tree. She slowly approached him and asked about where he came from and his parents. Peter did not respond until Grace noticed the compass on his chest. She immediately chased after him. In panic, Peter ran into a logger. Instinctively, he climbed a tree again, but slipped and fell. When he woke up again, he was lying in a hospital bed. Everything around him felt unfamiliar. At the same time, Grace began to question his identity and planned to take her daughter back to the forest to look for clues. But Peter had already quietly opened the window and escaped from the hospital. In this strange environment, he felt very uneasy and kept running along the road, trying to return to the forest. A car blocked his way. He simply jumped over it and kept running. His unusual behavior caught the attention of a patrol officer. To escape, Peter climbed onto a school bus, then jumped down, landed under another car, and quickly got away again. But he eventually ran into a dead end. At that moment, Grace caught up and told him no one would hurt him. Even so, Peter kept struggling, and a crowd slowly gathered around them. In the end, Grace insisted on taking him home to help him relax. Natalie played soft music. After arriving home, as soon as Peter got out of the car, he ran toward the woods. Grace immediately chased after him. She did not understand why he kept trying to leave, but after seeing the way he looked at the forest, she agreed to take him back there the next day. Only then did Peter follow her home. After dinner, Natalie showed him around the house, introduced her family, and taught him how to wash up. Peter slowly began to relax. To understand him better, Grace patiently talked with him and asked how he ended up in the forest. Peter said they were on an expedition at the time. Grace told him she lost her mother at the same age and understood that feeling, and she wanted him to know he wasn't alone. Peter said he had Elliot. Grace continued asking about Elliot. When Peter showed her a drawing, Grace clearly froze. She realized the dragon his father once mentioned might actually exist. At the same time, the dragon was searching for Peter in the forest and accidentally knocked down a large tree. The loud sound alerted nearby loggers. For safety, the dragon became invisible again, but unexpectedly. The loggers still found its footprints. Following the tracks, they quickly found its cave. They even discovered Peter's storybook. To stop them from taking everything, the dragon suddenly appeared and let out a roar. Everyone fled in fear. But in order to find Peter as quickly as possible, the dragon secretly followed them the whole way. Finally, at midnight, it found where Peter was staying. When it saw Peter surrounded by a family, listening to stories, the dragon hesitated. Maybe this was the place where Peter truly belonged. To avoid disturbing him, the dragon quietly turned and left.